The food bank started off about 15 years ago, just with a few handfuls of food being handed out to those in need, and now we're running a food bank 3 times a week. People are coming to us now because they are struggling. They're not just unemployed. We've got people who are working full-time who, because of the cost of living, can't afford to pay their bills and feed their families at the end of the month. Food insecurity is a symptom of other challenges going on in people's lives. So at Living Well, we provide other services there to support the individual or the family. We have a counselling service for anyone who's struggling with mental health issues. We have advice services to support people who may be struggling with their housing situation. And we also have a community lunch once a week, which serves over 200 meals. It's the highlight of the week. We have the most amazing team that cook fantastic meals.
At home, I cook for 2 people. Here, I cook for 200 people. So the scale is enormous. An opportunity came up to volunteer here, and I love it. I love helping people. It fills your heart.
Volunteers are the backbone of Living Well. They've got a massive role to play. It's up to them to make sure that when a guest comes to us, they are made to feel welcome. We couldn't run Living Well without the volunteers because they're the ones there at the front line. They are essential and they are all amazing. We have seen a massive increase in demand over the last 2 years. What has changed is the type of person who comes to Living Well. Previously, the majority were male adults, single. Now we're having a 50-50 split between men and women, and we are having a huge amount of children that we need to support. We have to be incredibly flexible. What has happened with this cost of living crisis is that we've seen a massive decrease in the number of physical food donations.
So this is our storage area where we store all of the canned and tinned items that we give out in our food bank. We used to have this side filled up to here and this side over here filled up 3 deep. Now, as you can see, we are very limited, and this is a Friday when we've still got to get through tomorrow's session as well. So we're down to a tray and a half of veg, we're down to a tray and a half of fruit, we're down to less than 2 trays of soup.
We also used to get a lot of surplus from the supermarkets, which we don't see anymore. So we are having to buy a lot of the food for our food bank. So this is a real challenge for us because we have to now focus on fundraising to get the money in to cover those costs, knowing that we'll be doing the same again next week because it will have all gone out in a week. This is a place where you can come and you feel safe and you're welcome. And the most important thing to us is that anybody who comes to Living Well is dealt with respect and dignity. Many of our guests have said to us that we have been lifesavers, and through our food and our support we do change lives. There are loads of ways you can support Living Well. We do have donation bins in local supermarkets. We're always open to volunteers. You can donate financially online. Any donation, especially if you can gift aid it, is fantastic. That will go in the pot, which will help us pay for the food, pay for our costs, and keep this essential service running.